Aloha and welcome to Knitted Paradise, where the needles are clicking and the yarn is squishy. My name is Lucia and you can find me on Ravelry and Instagram as Pearl of the Pacific. Today is Sunday, July 31st, and this is episode 128. Hello everyone. Sorry it's been quite a while. I think it's been 3 weeks. I don't actually remember. I just know it's been quite a while and I feel really out of practice. So I'm back again with my new camera. I figured out the autofocus. Unfortunately, it makes a noise when it autofocuses and it's kind of close to the microphone. So I hope it's not going to be too loud. I did check it and it's not super loud, but if you hear this like noise, that's what it is. So I'm going to try to not to move as much as I can and hopefully that helps it a little bit. I did get an external microphone, like a clip-on microphone, but it didn't work, and so I ended up returning it, and I have yet to find another solution. So for now, this is what is going to work, and I hope you all can put up with it until I find a better solution. I looked at a lot of things, and they were just way out of my budget in terms of things for the podcast. So I have to look at doing that at some point. But for now, the camera microphone works pretty well. People were saying that the sound was better than before, so that's awesome. So let me show you what I've been knitting for the past 2 or 3 weeks. I think it's been 3. I keep thinking it's been 2, and I really think it's been 3. I don't even remember. I'm sorry. Anyway, on the island, I don't have any announcements, I don't think. Yeah, so let's move into on the island. I have some things on my needles. I have been knitting quite monogamously, actually. I have been knitting a featherweight cardigan out of Anzula Meridian in the Gravity colorway. And I'll just show you the sweater because there's not a whole lot of yarn left over. So this is what it looks like. And I've picked up the front and I'm knitting on the button band, or not the button band, but the collar, and on a very short needle. That's the entire thing. It is a lace weight. I decided, my cousin is getting married in 2 weeks, and I bought a dress, which I love. I actually wore it today. And I love it. It fits very nicely. But I don't have a sweater that would work with it. And I knew I had this lace weight, and I thought, sweet, I will knit a sweater, a featherweight cardigan, because it's really simple, out of this yarn, and it'll be totally fine, right? I can knit a sweater in a month. And so, yeah, I picked it up, and I decided to have a go at it. So it's actually almost done. You can't see it, but there is the back. And the sleeves are both done. I did 3/4 length sleeves. And I did on a size 3. The pattern calls for a size 6, I believe. I did it on a size 3 and went up a couple sizes. Because I didn't like the gauge on a size 6. It's still rather airy. It's, the yarn is Tencel, nylon, and alpaca. So it's 55% Tencel, 35% alpaca, and 10% nylon. And the yardage is 812 yards. And I almost have enough. So I've got maybe like 1 inch of the collar, and this is how much yarn I have left. And which is not going to be enough. I did order some more. I had some snafus with that order. So I talked to them yesterday and everything's going to get sorted out. I'm going to get it this week sometime, and I should have plenty of time to finish the button band, or I keep wanting to call it the button band. It's the collar, because it's the front. It's the front bands and the collar. And yeah, it's coming along nicely. It's very short. So these are size 2s. I was using them to hold one of the sleeves, but I liked the way that the ribbing looked one size down. I didn't do the other ribbing in a 2, and I kind of wish that I had, just because it looks a little neater. But yeah, so So the rows are really long right now, but it's kind of nice. So that has been my Pile O sweater. That has been pretty much what I've been knitting on for the past 2 weeks. And this, which I have shoved in my bag, sorry. This is a yarn buddy, which I got from Sun Valley Fibers. So if you're interested, it's very nice. I put it on here because it's lace weight and I didn't want it to tangle, and also then it doesn't roll around and the cat doesn't like to get it. And also when I stick it in my bag, it kind of protects the cake so it doesn't fall apart, which was nice. The inside is kind of mangled at this point, but yeah, I really enjoy it, and it fits in my bag actually standing up or lying down. Right now I have it lying down because it's easier to zip shut, but this is my Little Skein in the Big Wool Secret Garden kit bag, which I love. So it's been living in there along with everything that goes with it. So that is mostly what I've been knitting, actually. I think that's pretty much the entirety of what I've been knitting, other than this morning, which I picked up back up the baby sweater for my cousin's baby, and I'm knitting the sleeves. So this is the Baby Sophisticate pattern, and I finished one sleeve this morning, which is looking a little funky at the moment. I finished the body, and the red is Leading Men Fiber Arts, the blue is Holiday Yarns, and the gray is Sun Valley Fibers. I don't know all the colorways, but that's that. And the body has 7 stripes in it because he was born on July 7th. And I'll get to see them at the wedding in 2 weeks, so I want to have this done by then. And I was running out of the blue, so instead of striping the sleeve, I just made it all red. It kind of looks a little funky now that I'm looking at it. But, yeah, I don't have enough of the blue to do anything else. So, yeah, so I still have the other sleeve to do. But I did this one this morning in like an hour or 2. So I'm not too concerned. And then I have to pick up the collar on this and find some buttons. So that will be done by the time that we go to California. Yeah. So that was the knitting I was working on this morning, just because I'm running out of yarn on the sweater and I have to wait till the rest comes in the mail. So I decided to pick that up. I also need to pick a project. So this week we are going to GenCon, which is in Indianapolis. It's a gaming convention that's 4 days long, and it is pretty much a giant nerd fest. It's like 65,000 board gamers in one location, and it's really crazy. So we have a friend who designs and produces board games, and so we go and work, my husband and I, that's the we go and work in his booth every year and demo the board games. So people come by the booth and it's like, oh, what's this? And we, go through a demonstration of what the game is, how you play, what the first few rounds look like, how you score it, all that stuff. So it's really fun. We really enjoy it, and then we get some time to wander around as well and dress up in costumes. There's a lot of cosplay and fun times to be had by all. So that's what's happening this week, and I'm also going to meet up with a group of knitters who are, some are also gamers, and particularly Ponky, who is another crafty girl, Sarah. Her birthday is tomorrow, so happy birthday, Sarah. I don't know if you watch this, I think you do, but happy birthday. Her birthday is tomorrow. I'll be seeing her and her fiance. They come every year, or they have for the last few years, so I'm excited to see them. And Joanna of Knit Spin Farm will also be there with her husband, which I'm very excited about. So it'll be a giant knitter gamer meetup dinner thing sometime next week. So that'll be really fun. I'm really excited to see them. And yeah. So if anyone else lives in the Indianapolis area and is free, I think we're doing Friday night. Anyway, you probably want to hear me talk about knitting and not nerdy stuff, but I'm very excited. So I'll be taking my Batgirl costume again this year, which I talked about a lot last year around this time. and my husband and I will do Waldo and Wenda, and we're going to do 2 Hogwarts students. Originally it was Ginny and Harry, and then we realized we're a little too old to do Ginny and Harry, and so we sometimes say it's Lily and James, because Lily also has red hair, and so we do Lily and James, or sometimes it's just random Hogwarts Gryffindor, because I'm definitely a Gryffindor. Every test I've ever taken, I've been a Gryffindor. I have my new socks to wear this year, so that's one of my new things that I'll be taking this year. I didn't design a new costume like I did last year. Batgirl was totally new last year, but this year I have I like to add new elements to the costume, so new socks will be for my Hogwarts cosplay, so I'm very excited about that. Okay, no, what are my sections called? Gosh, I don't even know. Set sail, there we go. I don't have my doing this on a camera and not my computer. I don't have my show notes in front of me. They're on my computer that's resting like below me, so I can't really see it. But I finished these socks. I finished them so long ago I almost forgot about them, but luckily I just put them on the shelf here so that I would remember I was talking to you guys. So I finished my Time Traveler socks, and this is Knit Picks Felici in the Time Traveler colorway. I called them like my scarf socks. And I did a just plain vanilla sock with my deep pocket heel, but I did garter stitch on just the short row part. I didn't do it on the gusset part, I just did it on the short row part. Okay, now I'll come back. Focus here. Okay, it worked. Last time I did record a podcast a couple weeks ago, and I had sound issues and I had focusing issues, and I was like, it was turning out to be a nightmare. So I trashed that one, and I learned a lot. So I finished these socks, and I actually haven't knit on any socks since then. I know, it's been pretty much all about that sweater. But once that sweater, I won't be taking it to GenCon. I'm just going to take one project to GenCon. I've previously taken a couple projects, and I realized that I just don't have time. I knit on the way there and on the way back, and maybe for like 20 minutes in the evening before I fall asleep. Because pretty much it's like convention ends, dinner, sleep is pretty much what happens. And then you wake up the next morning and do it all over again. It's totally worth it, but it's a little crazy. So that's the only thing I finished. And yeah, so I'll probably cast on another pair of socks to take with me, just a simple pair of socks that I won't have to think about a whole lot, and I'll just take one project and I'll probably finish it, but you know, I won't have to, I only have so much space to take, you know, we are driving, so it's not that bad, but still. Anyway, from the mainland, I did get some stuff, exciting stuff. So the first thing I got was, I made an order from Indian Lake Artisans, I think that's what it's called. They wrap things up so prettily that I'm now trying to unwrap it so I can show you. Yeah, Indian Lake Artisans. Ta-da. So I talked about, I have another set of needles that I got from them at Vogue Knitting Live a couple years ago, and it's a set of size 3s, and I broke one of them, or rather it broke when I was knitting, and because they're wood, and the wood had broken right at the join. And so I contacted them and I said, you know, this broke, how do you know how to fix it, you know, what are your suggestions? And they wrote back to me and said, oh, they come with a lifetime guarantee. You know, what size are they, what length are they, and we will send you a new set and a like prepaid return address label, and you know, packaged basically, and you could just put your broken ones in there and send them back to us. I was like, okay, sweet. So I did that, and then they gave me a coupon code to order another set. And so I got a set of size 5s this time, and I did a custom order, which you can do, and you can pick the length of cord and the length of needle, like the needle tip. And I realized I like longer needle tips because of the way I knit, and because when I knit, it's hard to do without yarn, but I push right there, and that's where it broke. It broke at this point right here, where my thumbnail is. Maybe it'll focus. Anyway, that's where it broke, and so I figured if I get the longer ones, I'll come back and focus here. If I get the longer ones, I don't push on that join as much because I'm up here. And so I did that, and I got a size 5 in a pretty long length because I realized that a lot of shawls that I want to knit and other things call for size 5s, and I only have one set of size 5s, and they always tend to have stuff on them, and or not available for some reason. I thought, oh, I'll get another set of those. So I got another set of size 5s, and yeah. Also, I don't know, they spin, which I just think is so great. So I'm very excited about these. Pam, who is one of the makers, and these are handmade in Michigan, which I think is really awesome, and I really like them. So I highly recommend them, and their customer service is amazing. They're super sweet and super awesome. So I'm very excited. They'll be at Stitches Midwest this weekend. Unfortunately, I won't be going because I have GenCon, and I basically agreed. We agree basically, like, it's like a lifetime guarantee that we're going to help our friend out at his booth, until something else major comes up. But I had already agreed to that, and I can't say, no to go to Stitches Midwest. So sorry everyone who's going to be there. I'm really bummed that I'm going to miss it and miss seeing everyone, but it is what it is. Hopefully they're not on the same weekend next year and I can go to both. Last year they were like one weekend off from each other, which would be perfect. Although this year I would because GenCon is this weekend, and then the next weekend is my cousin's wedding, so we're flying out to California for that. And then 2 weeks after that, one of my best friends is getting married here, so I don't have to go anywhere, but it's just like craziness every weekend. So once August is over, it'll be like breathing room for a little bit until I take another trip. Okay, so the next exciting thing that I got in the mail was from Kemper Ray of Junk Yarn, and I reached out to her and asked if she would be willing to sponsor something on the podcast, and she said yes, she would send me something that I could knit up and review for you guys. So she let me have her pick, or my pick, of her new line of bright colorways, and I picked this one, and the colorway is Liara, who is a character from Mass Effect, which is a video game, which I'm not super familiar with, but now I'm going to go check it out a little bit more. And this is her Boss 2-ply sock, which is 80% superwash merino and 20% nylon, 400 yards and 100 grams. And it is beautiful. It's got these lovely speckles of red and darker blue on this like tealy base. It's perfect. I absolutely love it. And it's very soft, but it still feels like if you knit it in socks, it would still wear pretty well. So that's really nice. So I'll let you know more as I knit this up, but I'm very excited. And if you haven't checked out Junk Yarn, you totally should, because all of her yarn is inspired by women. Some from comic, Mass Effect, like video games. She has a whole Sailor Moon series. I know she did a lot of Marvel characters like Wonder Woman, and she did I think she did some Disney princesses. I know there was an Ariel in there. She also did some from Star Wars. I know she had a Princess Leia in there. And just some really awesome women-inspired colorways, which I think is awesome. And strong women. So why not, support the awesomeness that is women? So I'm very excited that she started doing yarn. She has a podcast. It's a little intermittent at the moment because she's focusing more on dyeing yarn. And I don't blame her because her yarn is amazing. And I'm very, very excited to get to play with it. And the other thing that I have is I made my first order from Orange Jellyfish Dreams fiber. And I've been following her on Instagram for a while. and she posted this, and I was like, that's really cool, but I don't know if I need it. And then my friend sent me a picture, and she was like, oh, you should totally get this. I was like, oh, I think I need to get this. So I did. This is from Orange Jellyfish Dream, and it is her sock, which is 262 yards, 100 grams, 75/25 superwash merino nylon, in the Batman colorway. Oh yeah, Batman animated series colorway. Which, because Batgirl also wears pretty much the same thing, it's also, I consider it a Batgirl animated series. I mean, it's the Batman animated series, but it's Batgirl from the Batman animated series colorway. Very similar. So I am super excited about this. And it's mostly tonal grays and blacks, but it's got these blue speckles in it. Hold that still enough for the camera to get it. And then it comes with this bright yellow mini, which I'm very excited about. So I was thinking of doing socks because I always do socks. Then I thought maybe I could do a shawl because it is 462 yards and plus the mini skein is 93 yards. So I feel like I could get a fairly decent sized shawl out of that. I don't know. If you have any suggestions, let me know. But yeah, because I have Batgirl socks with my No Makers Batgirl yarn. And I have a hat with the matching yarn. And I'll probably end up getting more of that colorway in a different base. I think I'll just collect all of the bases in that colorway. Kind of like I collect I Can Fix It from Another Crafty Girl. It's just funny that like every time I go I see that colorway and I'm just like, I want the colorway, and so I just get it in a different base and then it justifies it because I just like that base and I like her yarn. I mean, I like all of her bases and I like that colorway. All of her colors are amazing. Anyway, yeah, so I got that and I got this and I got the needles and I'm very, very excited. So I will hopefully have some fun things coming up. I had a winding party the other day and I wound up a ton of stuff and just put it in bags, and I printed out patterns and I need to put them in the bags with the yarn and hopefully get knitting on those soon. They'll be good to take with me on travel that's coming up pretty soon. Yeah, so to GenCon I'll probably just take a pair of socks because it's simple and I don't have a lot of time. But plane trips I will take more because there's a lot of time on a plane. Anyway, I think that's it for this week. Yeah, I'm sure there's more that I need to talk about, but I just wanted to get this recorded and get it up there for you guys. I'm sorry it's been so long. I'm surprised that I'm not more out of practice at this than I thought I would be. But yeah, so I think I've got the new camera working. I also got a new lamp over here. As you can notice, it's probably a lot brighter than it was before. The other lamp was kind of falling apart. It's the same light bulb, so it's not that much better, but it does come with, like, it's one of those torch lamps, but it also comes with like I think they call it a task lamp. So that's why there's a lot more light coming in over here. It's actually, the sun is setting. It's getting kind of late outside. But I wanted to say hello to you and tell you I have not forgotten about you. Life just got really crazy. Things happened, and yeah. So next week, I think I might record on Monday after GenCon, depends on how I'm feeling. I did take that day off because I realized that as I've gotten older, getting home really late at night and then trying to go to work the next morning doesn't turn out very well. My body regrets it for the rest of the week, and considering I have to leave that Friday to go to California, I thought, yeah, let's just take that day off. So I'm taking the morning off. I will be going into work in the afternoon, but hopefully in the morning I'll be able to record some things. And also I'll be recording and taking lots of pictures at GenCon. So it'll be a little bit of a GenCon recap, and I'll have probably more of that and just a little bit of knitting because I just don't have time while I'm there. I've learned over the previous years. Although this year I hopefully won't be doing last minute costume repairs like I was doing last year. there's no new costumes going this year, so that will be good. Just new pieces of costumes, so that's awesome. So I hope you guys are all doing really, really well, and hopefully I'll get back into the swing of things here. I've also been gone on all the social media and stuff as well. I'm just kind of taking an unplanned hiatus, but sometimes it's nice to just unplug for a little bit. I have been keeping up with what everyone else is doing. I just haven't been posting things. Life just got crazy for a while, but I think it's going to be settling down to where I can post pictures. Hopefully. We'll see. Anyway, I could blabber on for a while, but I really need to get some stuff done tonight so that I will be ready for this week. Anyway, have a great week, and I will talk to you soon. Bye!